elephants, sloths, and woodchucks, oh my. Plus, a woman who smashes watermelons with interesting parts of her body. Let's take a look on the bright side, shall we? Hello, my friends, and welcome to the bright side. While Bob is out this week, I'm your host, Jen Dalton. Are you ready to smile? I know I am. Let's do it. All right, first on the list, watermelon smashing thighs. Watermelon smashing thighs. All right, first up today in our stories, another world record is smashed. A woman in Las Vegas just became the fastest to smash 3 watermelons using only her thighs. Check it out.
3, 2, 1.
Courtney Olson smashed those 3 watermelons in just 7 seconds. The previous record, 14 seconds. Olson is a bodybuilder and personal trainer, and she says she hopes her achievements inspire young girls to be stronger.
We're told as a society that women are the weaker sex, and we want women to know that we are equal. And although, you know, some things, we all have varying degrees of differences with what we can do, but at the end of the day, women are super powerful.
That's right, girl. In case you were wondering, it takes about 364 pounds of force to smash a watermelon. Well, watermelon lady be crazy, and now to my favorite, all the cute animals. Take a look at this. A herd of 15 elephants that escaped from a nature reserve in South China last year take a break from their travels for a nap. The elephants have been on the move since March of last year, making a 300-mile trek across China. The animals were spotted snoozing in the woods on Monday. The reason for their migration is not known. I love it. We go from very large animals to a very small one. Take a look at this. It's baby sloth. The baby sloth was born at the Brevard Zoo in Florida. The yet-to-be-named baby is receiving specialized care after its mother, Tango, wasn't interested in looking after the baby sloth. That means he has to be bottle-fed goat's milk around the clock. The baby has been given a variety of stuffed animals that it can hold, since sloths at this age would typically cling to their mothers. I would love that job, of feeding the baby sloth. And now on to a hero animal. He sniffed out explosives in Cambodia over the past 5 years, saving many lives, and now he's retiring from the rat race. Meet Magawa, the African giant pouched rat. This revered rodent has found 71 landmines and 38 other kinds of bombs in his career. The brave little fellow has cleared the equivalent of 56 acres of land, making it safe again after years of warfare in Cambodia. His handlers could tell Magawa was slowing down a bit, so he's being taken off the dangerous duty to enjoy his golden years. While you might expect his favorite reward to be cheese, he seems especially partial to bananas. Give him whatever he wants. He certainly is a hero. And take a look at this, a father swan helping his chicks, also known as cygnets, across the water. The photographer who took this photo says the mother swan died recently, so dad has to take on all the work. The swan is famous in Boston, where it lives on the Charles River. Very sweet. Marmot, land beaver, woodchuck, grand hog, whistle pig, friend. Call it what you will, a dog met this unlikely friend while swimming at a Massachusetts lake, and the dog gave the animal a ride to shore. It's something you have to see to believe. Doug Meehan has the remarkable pictures and story.
There he goes.
Wally the golden retriever loves being in the water. His happy place is Hickory Hills Lake in Lunenburg. That's where he and his doggy mom Lauren Russell were canoeing a few weeks back when something remarkable happened near one of the small islands out in the middle of the lake.
He was about 100 meters out, and a woodchuck, I think, just crawled right up on his back, and he swam back to shore with him.
The 2-year-old pup had picked up a hitchhiker, Wally seemingly taking it all in stride, or in this case, all in doggy paddle.
He didn't even care. He took a peek on his back and then just kept on swimming.
Lauren and her husband not quite sure what to make of this offshore connection.
We were flabbergasted. It was unbelievable. We couldn't believe what we were seeing.
The lift to land didn't last long. Lauren's still wondering why the critter picked Wally for the assist.
I don't know if it was in distress or just lazy. Came right back to the island, hopped off his back, and then scurried away. And they gave each other a little kiss goodbye. They like touched snouts, and then he ran away.
Perhaps proof that dogs, or at least Wally, are more than just man's best friend.
He's just an angel. He loves all animals. He loves all little kids, people. You know, doesn't get better than Wally.
Always good to have a pal willing to give you a ride. This fellow, however, is doing it all on his own. A recently retired Cincinnati public school teacher isn't slowing down. He's hitting the road on his bike and heading to California to help local kids get to college. Mike Finnegan plans to pedal 500 miles a week to raise money for a college scholarship fund he's starting at Withrow High School. He taught physical education there for decades. Dozens of cyclists and city leaders came together to cheer him on before he left. Vice Mayor Christopher Smitherman declared Saturday Mike Finnegan Day and wished him well.
I've cycled in the mountains in Arizona. I've cycled in the mountains in North Carolina to prepare for this. And I've put probably 1,500 miles on my smart trainer in the basement this winter. So I have been training like crazy. I'm ready physically and mentally, spiritually. I'm ready to go.
Very cool. Mike started his long journey on Madison Road to the beat of the Withrow drum line. Several crew members from the Major Taylor Cycling Club are along for the ride as well. That's a lot of pedal power. This one is more of a let gravity do its thing kind of situation, but it's also a great father and son bonding activity. Soapbox Derby racing in Cincinnati is making a triumphant return. After a year of canceled races, the Derby returned to Alt Park. Kids got to drive their own Derby cars in a number of races. Tessa DiTero introduces us to this year's winner.
Stephen Randolph helps his son Austin settle into lane 1 for the race.
It's got a curve to it. Like I said, most courses are straight down the hill, like a drag race. This one's got an actual curve to it.
It's like a car going down so fast down the hill, like a roller coaster.
The boys discuss strategy before flying down the challenging course at Observatory Hill.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Race day is something Dad and Austin love to do together.
My youngest son, he's ready to do it next year when he turns 7, so he wants me to build him a car, and we've got friends coming today that are going to show their son who's 6 and will be 7 next year, and just really excited to do it.
About 20 drivers from all over the area whiz past the finish line at 30 miles per hour. Some families build these cars together, and some families have been racing for generations.
I did it in 1969 at this very same spot. There were about 120 drivers at that time, and back then you had a budget of $30 and you had a book of rules. It was about 15 pages long.
The racers have their eye on this prize.
Wow, I can't believe it.
And this year, Austin takes home the title.
I was proud of everybody for trying their best.
Dad's planning a few more practice runs and strategy sessions before representing Cincinnati at the World Championships in July.
I'm going to Akron, and they never seen this big trophy before.
In Hyde Park, Tessa DiTero, Local 12 News.
That is an awesome trophy. Cincinnati is said to have been one of the very first cities in the nation to host a Soapbox Derby race, and COVID-19 is far from the first thing that has caused a hiatus. It paused for World War II and again between 1979 and 2005 after interest in the sport declined. Glad it's back. All right, we have time for one more, to quote Bob, one more to inspire. You're going to love this. An 8-year-old's love for his dog proved to be greater than it was for his prized Pokemon cards. Kim DeGiulio has the story.
Ooh, that's cool. There's 2 in there.
Bryson Kleiman spends his summers in Michigan with his dad and grandpa, but when he's not here, he's with his mom and stepdad in Virginia. That's where he recently got his new best friend, Bruce.
Rottweiler lab mix.
But at only 4 months old, Bruce became sick with parvo.
He didn't want to play one day, and then he started to get slower, and he didn't want to play.
Parvo is a virus in dogs that can be treated if you act quickly, but multiple nights at the vet was going to be tough for Bryson's family to afford. That's when Bryson got the idea to sell his Pokemon cards on the side of the road to raise money for his best pal.
People stopping, like going into the grass, like going this way, coming into our driveway.
Every year when he comes up for his birthdays, for Christmas, for whatever, when we take him shopping.
That one was the one in the big box.
And then stuff like that, it's Pokemon. So for him to get rid of them is something huge.
Right there.
Bryson made more than enough money through his sales and a GoFundMe page. Not only was he able to save Bruce, but now he's helping other families going through the same thing.
To use the other money on families' dogs that are sick and at the vet.
I just love that. Bryson's GoFundMe page has now raised more than $21,000. Just so good. Got to make your heart swell with pride right there. All right. Don't forget, Bob is on vacation again next Friday, so I'll be back. I hope you still enjoyed this. And don't forget to share. Maybe someone you know needs to take a look on the bright side as well.